Ladies and gentlemen, we are live! Wow! Who the fuck is that guy?
I love you! My balls are hot.
Boom! Wednesday episode, my friend. Wednesday. A little bit deep in the week, huh?
That was heavy. That was a heavy opening.
It was, huh? But you gotta come in with energy. You gotta come in with force and energy.
Yeah.
Just like Endgame. No spoilers, but
No.
no spoilers, no spoilers. Hey, guess what?
What?
No, I can't. No spoilers.
We got the infinity spoilers, bro.
You know who dies at the end?
Yeah. Who? Tell me. Haven't seen it.
No, I can't tell you.
No, you can't tell
You
me.
have seen it. You
Yeah,
saw it before I did.
Yeah, I was one of the first. people
Yeah,
to see
you
it.
actually, yeah, you were actually. You were.
Yeah.
You were. Do you like it?
First off, I want to address the fact. Now we'll talk about that later. When we talk to our guest,
Yes. Okay. Awesome. That's good.
we'll just say, oh, did I like it? Fuck yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. Fucking.
Amazing movie. Does it deserve $4 billion or whatever it's made? Every cent.
Every cent.
Every
single
cent, man. Hey, man, you develop a movie for fucking 10 years.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. Hey, but can I just say, for all cinemas out there, Australia, America, Europe, everywhere, right? No way I'm paying $7 for a bottle of water. Just want to let you know that.
Yeah, I think it's just here. Nah, it's everywhere.
Has
People
to
make
be.
jokes about that
Culture everywhere. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
You know why, but because I think
Only option.
the studios are taking more money now than ever.
Yeah, that's true. That's
So
true.
the studios taking more because of piracy.
Yeah.
So, but the movies, I think, has had a revival recently. Man, put out good movies, people will come.
That's right. That's right. Hey, if you do good, then we'll come.
Yeah,
It's simple as that.
People like Paramount, what the fuck?
Yeah. In Universal Studios, it's
One
like,
guy, he's been on shuffle, he lands on the podcast.
yeah, I know. Oh, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
scroll through iTunes. Oh yeah, across the cage. Here we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, just kicks the door in.
Hey, he goes into a fucking room meeting, fucking board meeting. Walt Disney there, dead, but he's there anyway. Just his head.
The robot?
Yeah.
Robot?
Yeah.
Iron Man suit.
And just goes, you know what, guys? We've been doing it all wrong.
Yeah.
All we need to do is make good films.
Good movies.
Yeah.
Disney's onto something here.
Yes.
They put out good movies,
Yes.
bro.
Yes.
You know?
Very excited. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, recommendation, please watch at least 70% of the movies leading up
Yeah,
to it.
it just doesn't. It doesn't.
There are some movies that you can skip through, which I did, and still understand it, but
I haven't seen Captain Marvel. Didn't watch it. And nothing to do with the fact that she's a woman or that
It is,
bullshit that
it
came
is.
up.
I watched it because, hashtag me too.
You had to, bro. She's just her gender irrelevant. Powers.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that one person can be so powerful. It
Yeah.
kills the universe for me.
But then also it can be not as,
Can also just not show up. Can not show up. Why? She's getting ready.
she's getting ready for
She's getting
herself.
ready because it takes 4 hours for a girl to get ready.
That's true. That's very true. That's true.
So everyone fighting in Endgame.
No, who's fighting? Who's everyone fighting in again? With no spoilers here.
Yeah.
There is no spoilers here.
No, we spoiled everything. Hey, but
There's no spoilers. There's no one. Everyone but no one at the same time.
you know what else you can use that rule, but just do good.
Yeah.
You said to every fighter.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, you go in their corner. Hey, listen, I know you get your ass kicked, but you're 4 rounds down to Khabib.
But
Okay.
just do good.
You have last 2 rounds, no strikes from you.
Just
But
do
there's something that I want to ask you. Tell you, do good.
Just do.
Knockout, 30 seconds in.
Oh,
Imagine that.
he
Knockout
gets knocked out.
Khabib.
He gets knocked out. All we ask is
Because
you
you know
just do
why?
good.
Because the other guy heard.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to do good as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
That's right. How are you, man?
Good.
I feel like I haven't seen you
Good.
in a while. bro.
I'm do good.
Oh, you do good?
I'm do good. Yeah.
How do I do good?
Have you watched The Office?
Not a lot of it.
Oh, okay. There's a good part where one of the big, you could say the dumb character,
Yeah.
Kevin,
Yeah.
starts to shorten his words. He goes, "Why many word do good?" And they go, "Why, Kevin?" And he goes, "Because it saves him time." But then he wastes time having to explain
Explain and then think about how he's
How
going
he's
to word
gonna
his
say the
sentence.
words,
That's
so-
funny, bro.
things like that. Yeah, life's good.
It's good, bro.
Life do good.
Life do good. That's
Yeah,
good, man.
man.
Good to hear. You know what?
Yourself?
You know what?
Yourself? I never asked you.
That's what I was about
Wow.
to say. First
20
time, I was
episodes?
literally about to
Yeah?
bring that up. I was going to be
Hey.
like, 20. This is our 21st episode?
Yeah.
Not once have you asked me how I am.
21st,
I
yeah?
could be depressed.
Yeah.
Completely.
Hey, I don't care.
That's true.
Don't care, bro. Couldn't care less.
That's
Why?
right, bro.
Got a beer?
Yeah.
My place is decent.
It is. It is a very nice view.
Yeah, actually not that bad at all.
You can't see it yet because you don't have video. But
Yeah, no
eventually,
video. Hey, are there drunk tradies beneath us?
there are.
Damn right, but are they my people? Yes, they are.
They are. They
So-
are. Now, is it payday today? It sure as fuck is.
Sure it is. Not for me, but St. George Bank.
Nah. Yeah, you got to wait another 4.5 weeks for your pay.
I'm still waiting for my first week when I started. But yeah, we got a big episode. Big episode in front of
I
us.
still haven't answered how I was.
Oh,
You just
'cause-
continued on with
Wait, listen. How about you scroll back into this part? Ready? But I'll do it for you now. You listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Thank
Shut up.
you. Thank you.
It's all good, bro. It's all good.
Yeah, because we're already 5 minutes in and don't care.
I know.
Now,
Exciting.
quickly, do a quick recap of how your life's going.
Good. Life's
Yeah.
too good.
Love
good,
do,
man.
love do. Okay.
Life's good. Life's good. Very good. Very happy, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, man,
it's
we're a
good.
couple of engaged people now, huh?
Yeah, it's big. It's different.
It
it's
is.
different.
It's different, but the same.
First off, you just got engaged.
Yes, I
Just
did.
so
on
congratulations on that.
Monday. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
Um,
It's awesome. It's a good feeling. Feels good, man. .jpg.
yeah. Wow. What? You 12?
Yeah, definitely.
you 12 up?
Yeah.
Dope as fuck.
Diapath, fuck.
That's dope as fuck. But yeah, man. You know what? I think things are going well. You know, this podcast is doing well.
Very well. Very well. I'm
way better
so
than-
happy with the support and love that we've been receiving from everybody, which has obviously led us into what we'll explain in a couple seconds time. But you know, I'm just so overwhelmed with 20 episodes in, and the progress and the reach and the support and love that we've had from everybody has just been overwhelming and amazing. And it allows us to, you know, continue to want to do this because ultimately, you know, we want this to grow as big as it possibly can.
And we got some big guests coming up, man.
Yes, we do.
Our biggest guest yet will be we'll be filming or recording that interview this weekend.
Yes.
So you'll find about that via our Instagram before the interview goes up. We've got a brand new segment.
Yes,
You
we
wanna
do.
talk about that.
Yes, we do. So, you know, we're going to do things a little bit backwards this week in regards to this segment because we want to introduce it to you. We do have a third person joining the podcast. He goes by the name of Jon Orlando. For those of you that do not know Jon Orlando, he is the CEO and founder of the Action Junkeez podcast, which is based out of the United States. He does that podcast mainly by himself, but he also does that with his best friend and a UFC fighter, Jake Ellenberger, or former UFC fighter because he's now retired. He's also been a stand-up comedian for 10 years. He's balls deep in poker. Very, very successful. He's based out of Las Vegas. So
Man, that's where the fight capital of the world, man.
the fight capital of the world and also the money-making part of the world if you want to gamble.
Yeah.
Now, sole purpose of him on is have an American on because we want to have Americans on because I think
Can we call his segment Across the Pond?
why pond?
Well, it's just a saying. We're here for across the pond. You've never heard that saying before?
Pretty big pond.
Oh, here we go.
We're gonna no, it's
Here we go.
I think the segment.
Yeah.
This is brainstorming live on air.
Yeah.
Right, we should
It's
have
happening.
got our
It's happening
whiteboard out, but
Yeah, no,
firstly,
terrible.
don't have a whiteboard. Secondly, don't have a whiteboard marker.
Disrespecting all of you.
Yeah, that's right. So listen, shut up and listen. The Jon Orlando minute, I think. The Jon Orlando minute rolls off the tongue. Yeah, so the reason why we wanted to bring him on, all jokes aside, we want to bring I guess a gambling segment out of it because in Australian culture, Australian sporting culture, you watch sports, and to make it even more exciting, you gamble. You bet.
Chuck a couple $dollars on there, man.
Couple
Like, it's-
chuck.
Look, let's make sure you always gamble appropriately.
Yeah,
and
responsibly, 100%.
But you know, you can have a bit of fun smacking a couple $dollars here and there
You can.
on your, you know, whatever you may watch, the horses or the dogs or whatever
Horses,
you may do.
dogs, AFL, NRL, football, or mixed martial arts. And, you know, Jon Orlando is one of the experts, again, based out of Las Vegas. So he's coming to our podcast every week. We'll have him live on the show.
Or a pre-recorded message.
Yeah, so we'll have him live on the show for all pay-per-views. So we'll be having about a 5-10 minute conversation with him live on the podcast. And every other fight night, whatnot, he'll be sending us a pre-recorded little segment of his best picks for the week, and the best plays and some betting advice. So
Awesome. So we'll let that play out now. Thanks again, John.
we appreciate you. We're welcome to the Across the Cage family. Our family goes from 2 to 3 now, which is awesome. We're very excited to have you, your input and what you do for what you're going to be doing for us moving forward on the show. So let's not butcher him any further. Let's just let the man speak. Ladies and gentlemen, Jon Orlando.
What's up, everybody? Jon Orlando here from the Action Junkeez podcast, coming to you from Las Vegas, the fight capital of the world. Super pumped to be a part of the Across the Cage podcast this week, and hopefully ongoing to give you guys some of my picks. I've been on fire. I just want to tell you, last month, or this month, April, I should say, I've been on fire, man. 100% of my UFC underdogs have cashed. That's right. You heard me right. 100%. The bad news is it can only go down from here. And this card this weekend's kind of rough. I don't love this card, so I would actually caution you guys because there's no odds that, I like betting on the dogs. I like finding the dogs that have a lot of value, and I'm not really seeing that on this week's card. So I would tread really lightly. But I told the guys I would give them my picks for the week. So I'm going to give you, I'm not going to pick every fight, but I'm going to give you a handful of fights that stick out to me, with the first one being Walt the Big Ticket Harris against Sergey Spivak. Am I saying that right? I always botch everybody's last name, so forgive me if you're friends with Sergey. But Walt Harris is going to get this one done. He's a crafty veteran. The guy's a beast. He had that good fight with Arlovsky. The decision ended up getting overturned. So however you want to look at that, he's kind of on a two fight win streak as far as I'm concerned. The big ticket's going to get it done. The odds over at mybookie.ag, which is the official site of the Action Junkeez, the odds for Walt is minus 158. I'm not sure what it is down under for you guys, and I would ride with the big ticket on that one. Cub Swanson versus Shane Burgos. This is a tough fight, man. Killer Cub certainly has what it takes. He's on a 3-fight losing streak, so I guess you kind of got to decide, is this the end of Cub, or is he going to bounce back? Prior to this 3-fight losing streak, he had strung together 4 in a row, and then he had lost 2 in a row prior to that, and the ones he lost to was Holloway and Edgar. And then prior to that, he had won 5 or 6 in a row, including Jeremy Stevens, Dustin Poirier, Charles Oliveira. I think Ross Pearson was in that streak, and I don't remember the other couple guys. So obviously that's going back quite a ways to 6 years ago. But so his last win in the octagon was when he fought Artem back in 2017, I believe. So I think Cub gets it done. But it's a tough customer. But I think that Cub's experience, I see Cub breaking the losing streak and handing Shane his second loss ever. I think that's how it's going down. Cub's also an underdog. So, like I said, I'm 100% for the month of April in picking underdogs. So we're going to start May off with a bang, and Cub's going to be my first underdog pick. Also for the year, I should tell you that I am picking 65% winners on underdogs for the UFC. So that's a lot of value. If I'm only right a couple of times there, you can make some money. The co-main event, we've got Derek Brunson's fight. This fight scares me. I kind of would say stay clear of it. If you had to bet, I guess Brunson's just the cardio factor makes me nervous, and the other guy I think could get the submission win. So tread lightly on that one. And on Ally Aquinta and Donald Cowboy Cerrone for the main event, this is going to be a barn burner. And I'm here to tell you that Ally Aquinta is going to get it done. I mean, the kid's a beast. He beat Kevin Lee. He went the distance with Khabib on 4 or 5 days notice, and who knows if he was training. I mean, he was essentially a real estate agent at that point. And before that, he beat Sanchez, he beat Masvidal, he beat Joe Lozon, he beat Ross Pearson. I mean, Ally Aquinta is a force to be reckoned with. He's going to win that fight. So bet smart and go get him this week. And I'll tell you what, my number one best pick of the week I will give out on my podcast, on the Action Junkeez podcast, this coming Friday. So you'll have to tune into that if you want to hear where I would go all in. But I gave you a handful of fights that you can choose from. So good luck.
Bang. There you have it. Huh?
The yank with the bank, bro.
That's it. Hey, you know how we called it the Jon Orlando Minute? The yank with the bank. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the segment.
Sick.
The yank with the bank.
This is what I do.
I love that, man. So yeah, go check him out for his best pick. Best pick will come out on Friday. I think that's American time, so that'll be probably Saturday our time. Perfect timing for you to get your bets in before the weekend.
So make sure you check out the Action Junkeez podcast as well, so you can hear his best pick of the week in the future. So hopefully some more collaboration to come there.
Yeah, very excited, man. Very excited. Big episode.
So you want to jump balls deep into the wider net first of sporting boxing.
Do you want to cover? Do you want to cover the fights from the weekend first? How about that? We'll just
you want to go fights first?
Yeah, we'll quickly roll over them, go into some current events, and then
no worries.
And then lead into the weekend.
All right. So we'll do our ritual. First. Start off
two
with
two events this weekend. So we had a UFC fight night, and we also had Bellator 220. Where do you want to start, my friend?
We'll start with we'll go Bellator because it's not going to go too deep into that one. Did you want to go?
Yeah, so obviously Bellator 220, the two most notable fights, I think, Ali McFarlane taking on Vader Ortega. Geez, the cut, the gash.
Yeah, opened her up, man.
On Ortega's head, ridiculous. You could see a skull.
Yeah,
ridiculous. Obviously, Ali McFarlane,
undefeated,
still undefeated, winner via TKO. Just a side note on this. Did you see the video making the rounds of her fighting?
Stacey wants to speak to your manager.
Yeah, Stacey from customer service.
I know it'd probably be easy to Google it. I won't do it right now, but I still don't know the background to that.
Neither do I.
I saw one comment. I saw that ages ago, man. It's a video.
Yeah, me too.
I heard that the other day was talking shit.
But potentially
outside the octagon,
and she just jumped in.
Ali was already maybe scheduled for a fight or something, and because it was one of the smaller promotions, they just had that lady sign like a form and
like a waiver. Yeah,
she signed a waiver.
That's crazy.
I don't know if that's real, so I'll try to figure that out after. But you know how you can? She looks like such a nice lady. She looks like
she does. Straight out of Hawaii.
Right. Hawaii.
Hawaii.
She looks like corner shop, like very nice lady at the corner shop.
Yeah, she does.
But the killer that came out of her when she knocked out Stacey, you want to speak to your manager with that last right hook when she was on her knees, man.
It's what everyone has ever dreamt of when you've gone into a shop.
Yes, any retail worker. Yeah, man. So good on her, man, staying undefeated. I hope again she's another one of the reasons I wish they do a cross promotional belt would be amazing.
This is what we were saying a couple of weeks ago, that the women's division in Bellator is just sort of trumps everyone else.
Yeah, man. Well, the women's division in one as well.
Oh, that too. Yeah. So I think it goes one Bellator and then the UFC.
Yeah.
I think anyway. Then you've got the main event: Rory MacDonald and Jon Fitch. Fitch. I've got CTE today.
The result first. Go ahead.
Yeah, so this one ended in a draw.
Majority draw. Yeah.
A little bit disappointing in terms of Rory. He's coming off a loss and now a draw. Rory moved forward in the tournament because he is the champion. A little bit unfortunate for Fitch. I read something earlier today saying that could potentially be his last fight.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is it was an awesome fight. I personally thought that Fitch won. But obviously, we'll talk about it a little bit later. But obviously, Rory, his post-fight interview came out and was a little bit different.
You know what?
Wasn't
Delve into it now. You're already on the topic of talking about that particular fighter.
Why not?
It's a shock. Not one that I think is unknown. I think one of the big things for him is obviously finding religion and having a daughter.
Yeah.
And that that changes and grows people. I mean, one big reason you can see why that makes sense is, first off, I can say for personal experience, you can see the difference in my brother after having his first daughter.
Yeah.
But just a child in general, but having a daughter.
Yeah.
He was a dick, but he's not as much of a dick
Yeah.
now. So, that's the easiest way to put it. But it changes people.
Yeah.
And you see that through history. People change. This has happened in other sports. Have you seen Mike Tyson? Is probably one of the biggest reasons. Say having his daughter was something that he never wanted her to see, the monster that he perceived himself as.
Yeah.
And maybe a lot of the world perceived him.
Well,
as.
he's spoken about it on the Joe Rogan podcast. After his children were born, he's like, he doesn't want them to turn out anything like what he did.
Yeah, exactly. And one big thing about Rory MacDonald is now he's trying to not necessarily backtrack. He's saying I always speak from my heart, which is admirable.
Yeah,
especially in this sport. But I'll be honest with you, man. It seemed like that was pure Rory MacDonald in his answer at post. And a lot of people say in that post fight, when the adrenaline's slowly seeping out your body, that euphoric moment of you just come out of a fight, which basically you're fighting for your life.
100%.
But that's what your body feels like it's going through. I feel like that was pure what he says, and I personally think he's done.
Yeah.
Not in quality or fucking fighting experience or expertise. He's done mentally and spiritually in this sport. He's lost that killer instinct, and everyone needs it.
It showed. It definitely showed. I think if you had, I think this is sort of relevant in the Musashi fight as well. And look, I don't think it's a bad thing that he's feeling the way that he has. He's become a world champion, right? He's fought the best fighters in the world. He's had arguably one of the best fights in UFC history, right? He's made his money. He's done his time, If you're feeling like this, if you're finishing a fight and you're feeling like this, the way that you are now, where you're coming out and you're saying that you don't feel that killer instinct anymore, that I have no bad words to say. If you're done, you're done. Thank you so much for what you've done for the sport. You came in at a time, where the sport was still growing, and obviously it still is. And you've done so much for the sport. That's fine. Move on. That's fine. We have no problem. No problem with you.
100%. Yeah. Look, my big thing is I hope that his retirement, if it comes soon, it'll probably be after this Grand Prix. Hopefully it's easy. He seems to be copping a bit of flack on Instagram and all that from people saying, bringing religion into it. But, look, man, do what's best for you.
He does have a fight. I think he's got a quick turnaround. His next fight is against a Gracie.
I have no idea.
I think is his name Lehman Gracie? Neiman Gracie? Do you want to just double check that?
I'm just looking for that Bellator card.
Oh, yeah, I got rid of it, bro. Sorry.
Oh, all right. Hey, fuck me, right?
Hey, it's called efficiency.
Rory. What's they announced to you? Oh, well, because you already know, because the other guys already won, right?
That's right.
Neiman Gracie.
Neiman Gracie, there you go.
Look, man, Neiman Gracie's going to come in there ready for that to use his killer instinct on him instead,
Fuck, Rory looks like just such a nice guy, too.
Hey, he's been said that he's a nice guy as well. So, Bellator 222...
There you go. I felt an internal struggle during the fight I'd never experienced before. I've always enjoyed my time in the cage by expressing my techniques in full-out combat against other top-level fighter. But this time, I wasn't enjoying it. It felt more like a job than the satisfaction I'm used to feeling by being dominant and applying what I've practiced to defeat someone. Even during my dominant moments, I felt I was completing a task, and these feelings were a bit confusing to me because it's new. I used to fight with anger I held within myself from pain I experienced in my past. To be honest, I believe this comes from my heart changing as I'm walking a new life as a Christian. Wow. The Lord has given me peace and freedom from the pain that has haunted me in my heart from my younger years. I would only satisfy myself for a short period of time from winning fights until the feeling would resonate in me again. So now I don't feel the same emotions I have in the past while competing. Wow, okay. Basically, look, man, when work, you have to love what you do at the end of the day. What's that saying?
You never work a day in your life.
Yeah. That's how you have to feel as a fighter, and obviously he doesn't feel like that anymore. Once this is done,
Honestly, man, it's like a infection.
Yeah, that's right.
And I don't mean in a
done.
bad way, but I mean that mindset. I feel like is more so like an infection than say once it takes hold, then it's gonna spread. And again, I mean then in the best way possible. I guess couldn't think of a better way to
yeah, no, but
to say that.
But it's spot on. Once you feel like this, there's no real coming back from that. That's just not MMA. That's sport in general.
Yeah.
Whether it's like football, whether it's anything. If you feel as though you feel a certain way and your heart's not in it anymore, and you feel like it's more of a task than the life that you live, and then you just walk away. You're just done. It's no problem. No problem. You do what's best for your life at the end of the day. Exactly. Don't worry about anybody else but yourself and your family. So
good luck to Rory and his next fight as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's jump onto this UFC card.
All right, UFC
Yakare.
Fight Night. Is this one Fort Lauderdale? Is this Fort Lauderdale?
Fort Lauderdale just happened. Yeah, this is it. This is Sunrise, United States.
Is this Fort Lauderdale? I can't remember.
Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, Mike Perry kept tagging Fort Lauderdale, bro.
Yeah, it's Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, Fort Lauderdale. Doesn't
hey, man, so many states and different nations. I got no idea.
This is another thing, just quickly. Yeah. Mike Perry kept tagging Fort Lauderdale, right? So I'm like, mate, is that the official tag to use it? Click it. He's the only person to be using that hashtag. Just 2 posts under that tag.
How about we use it when we release the podcast?
Fort Lauderdale. So then he looks at it.
Yeah, smart. Again, that's marketing here.
Marketing, yeah.
We are the marketing team. Anyway. Do you want me to run through them?
Just run through them, blast them out.
Awesome. All right. Diego Lima beat Court McGee via decision. This is in early prelims. Angela Hill defeated Jodie Esquibel via decision. Jim Miller, dominant performance against Jason Gonzalez, defeated him in the first round via submission. Then in the prelims, Gilbert Burns defeated Mike Davis via submission in the second round. Carla Esparza put on a clinic against Verna Jandaroba, beat her via decision. Augusto Sakai defeated Andrei Arlovsky via decision. Man, can't catch a break, huh? Arlovsky can't catch a break, huh? Takashi Sato defeated Ben Sanders via TKO in the second round. Then we'll go on to the main card. Roosevelt Roberts defeated Thomas Gifford, otherwise known as Thor, otherwise known as Tarzan, via decision. Corey Sandhagen defeated John Lineker via decision. It was an awesome fight too. That was a split decision. Could have gone either way. I personally think John Lineker won that fight, but Corey Sandhagen gets the win there. Glover Teixeira.
Still going, man.
He defeated Kuti Laba via submission in the second round. That was, again, back and forth. It looked like Kuti Laba's bodied up, man. It looked like he was dominating that first round. He dropped Teixeira, but Teixeira, using his experience to get the job done in the second round. Then you've got Mike Perry and Alex Cowboy Oliveira. Mike Perry, again, another dominant performance, getting the win via decision.
He's coming off that really, a very, what's a better word than humiliating? Not humiliating.
It wasn't humiliating. It was more like...
It was a little bit because of the backstory.
Yeah, but he didn't really create that backstory.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. What's a better word? I mean, really, he was kind of
put in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, for his camp, it was kind of like foot in your mouth. Like, you kick someone out and then
he was like in the center of that whole thing.
But then not only do you lose, we lose to submission, not only to submission, but one that did the rounds.
But even in that fight though, he just looked like a completely different fighter. The change in camps has done Perry wonders, absolute wonders. We'll go into the co-main and main event. So Greg Hardy gets his first victory in the UFC. Actually, his first victory as a actually no, it's not his first victory as a pro fighter. I think it was 2-0 before he started. I think.
Yeah.
Is that right? Anyway, defeated Dmitry Smoilakov via TKO or KO in the first round. Again, don't really have much words to say about this Greg Hardy bullshit. It just really annoys me. Like, there's only so much time that you can have fighting the way that Greg Hardy fights until you get found out as being a mediocre fighter.
Well, because my belief is, and the strange thing about that is that for some reason, well, first off, we know, I personally believe it's all Dana.
Of course it is.
It's all pure Dana. Dana loves footy, and the NFL over there. But, he loves someone he thinks that can just create knockout reels. And The issue with him is that people are throwing shit at Greg Hardy and it's sticking.
Yep.
Whereas other people, it will move over in time, but every time his name is brought up, he gets dragged through the fucking dirt.
Yeah.
And rightly so. In a sense, I think that he just shouldn't be here because of the pedigree. He's not at that level.
No.
He's not deserving to be a second time now. He's co-main event. And fucking coming off an illegal knee as well.
Yeah.
Like, how more ridiculous can this situation get?
What's even worse is the people that he's calling out. You know, he's saying that he's got his eyes set on Stipe and shit.
What did he said he was the Michael Jordan of
Yes. Oh my god, bro. Who are you?
We've seen him throw hands in this. We've seen him throw hands, and he has no... Man, Francis Ngannou will
even
skillfully outbox you.
Even the way he knocked him out, like there were a couple of short uppercuts, but the way they was throwing those uppercuts, he wasn't hitting with. Like, it didn't look like he was hitting with a full fist. It was more like it was like the wrist.
Yeah.
It was like uppercut, but more hitting him with his wrist than the actual knuckles itself.
Look, man,
it was just weird, man. But like I said, there's only a matter of time before you go up the rankings and fight someone in that top 15, you're gonna get found out, and you can only do that at heavyweight. Nobody else can. I can't jump into lightweight now. I go, hey Dana, I've got no fighting experience, man. I've got 450 zillion followers. I'm really popular. Give me a fight.
Does it even
Dana
have that many?
Okay. No, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay,
I'm just using an example.
But that's another.
I can't do that. Nobody else can do that. We saw what happened with CM Punk. CM Punk did the same thing. No fight experience. Oh, here you go. He's
Is he that big of a... We went through this before. I remember we did this a couple episodes ago. He's not even that big. I feel like
he's Mickey Gall.
He's nowhere near that big of a draw.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. But now it becomes a matter of people going to tune in to see him lose.
Yeah.
But I don't want to even watch. I don't want to entertain him. I don't want to watch his fight. I just hate the fact that he's a co-main event.
150k you got. All right, let's move on. Jack Manson versus Ronald. Want to call him Ronald?
Ronaldo.
Who was the other bloke who changed his name?
Which one?
Oh, George Masvidal.
Oh yeah, Jorge.
George, mate. Everyone started calling him George.
Ronaldo Jacare Souza. What a performance, Jack Manson, huh? Just clinical. Again, quick turnaround. To do that to somebody like Jacare is it's huge. Man. Huge, man. I don't think anybody saw this coming. Except for our friend Jon Orlando, who did pick this one, picked the underdog. What do you think's next for Hermanson? There's some good matchups for him.
Well, he's coming up close to that title contention.
I still think he's a couple fights away.
Is he not?
I still think he's a couple fights away. Surely.
Wasn't that a big win for him? Yeah, heavyweight.
Heavyweight.
Oh yeah. Sorry, my bad.
Fuck. Relax, bro. No.
Yeah, okay. Hey, man, but look, the way the UFC's going, you can be 12 and be getting a title shot.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. So, Hermanson...
Brunson's got a fight, yeah?
He's fighting this weekend.
Yep.
I mean, Paulo Costa, after being popped for using a illegal... what's it called? IV.
Acai ball.
Yeah, acai ball.
Illegal acai ball.
Yeah, IV.
I told you,
IV acai ball.
Hey, vegans were all right. It's super.
Yeah.
Superfood.
Yeah, it is.
That's why all vegans jacked.
Yeah.
Don't have iron deficiency.
No, not at all.
No.
So Paulo Costa obviously needs a fight. That'd be a good matchup for him. Jack Manson versus Paulo Costa. Chris Weidman would be good too. Even Gastelum versus Hermanson would be good. Jared Cannonier's obviously
he's
has
fighting,
a fight. Anderson Silva.
Yeah, weird fight.
Very weird. But a big future ahead for Hermanson. Big future ahead for Hermanson. He looks very big for the division as well.
Yeah, man, and looks like German supervillain.
Yes, German villain number one. He looks like I've got a UFC fight at 6. Also, got to fight James Bond.
Yeah,
that was sick.
Hey, bro, you use Instagram?
Yeah, do you?
You seen that meme?
Yeah.
Okay, you stealing memes live?
I think you said it before I did.
What do you mean? He legit looks like a German supervillain.
He does.
Yeah,
James Bond.
You used the exact thing, the exact format.
I did.
Caught you live stealing.
Sorry, bro.
You thief?
Yeah, big one.
Big thief.
Big OG thief.
Thief. All right, but I mean, overall, man.
What do you think? Sorry, I forgot to ask you as well. Just in regards to Mike Perry. He's in a
Mike Larry.
pretty stacked welterweight division. You know what excites me, and I sort of saw this doing the rounds a couple of days ago. Him versus Darren Till.
Well, they caught each other out, so
Makes sense.
I can see that happening.
Makes sense. Mike Perry versus Leon Edwards.
I can't believe Robbie Lawler and Tyron Woodley are fighting.
Yeah, but it's Robbie again. It's Robbie Lawler.
No, I get it, but I just feel like Tyron should be
Where's
fighting someone.
Ponzinibbio? Ponzinibbio versus Wonderboy Thompson would be a good fight too.
Yeah, it'd be good to see Wonderboy Thompson back on the winning streak.
Yeah, of course. I don't want to go off too much on a tangent, but yeah, I think Mike Perry needs to obviously crack into that top 15, and I think what better way to do that than to potentially take on Leon Edwards, Darren Till. I think Darren Till, that's a good call out. That's a good call out by him.
I'm honestly surprised as someone who has the following that he has that is not even in the top 15. It honestly, it's surprising, right? You kind
What's his record like?
Mike Perry.
Who's his last? We obviously know that he lost to Cowboy.
I'll bring this up right now. 27, man. Shit.
Still young, still very young. Oh, he's 13-4. Wow. So he's lost to Alan Jouban. He's lost to Ponzinibbio via decision. Jeez, he doesn't really get knocked out, does he? He doesn't get knocked out. He's never. He's
got a chin, man. And
he lost to Max Griffin.
He knocks out everyone as well.
Yeah. Wow.
But you can kind of see this here, yeah, where you start to fight people that are getting that.
Yeah, but he hadn't changed camps as yet.
Yeah.
That I think his first fight under his new training camp was against Paul Felder. Yeah, a split decision win against Paul Felder. Man, he's still young, still got a massive future ahead of him. But yeah, I think he definitely needs to fight. I think that Till fight's exciting. It's obviously
big height difference, man.
Oh, of course, huge height difference.
Huge,
all the height difference.
Till's surely got to be moving on to the next weight class though.
Till has to, but also dealing with so many.
Hey, stop stealing a taxi, bro. Don't steal a taxi.
Yeah, don't steal a taxi. Maybe don't trash a hotel room. But yeah, I hope Till.
You must have watched the Motley Crue movie.
I hope he comes back from that, man. It's hard mentally. You just hope he comes back from it. You know.
He's about to get Cody Garbrandt today.
Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want to see that.
No, we don't.
Because he's got a massive future ahead of him as well. Right, let's move on to some current events. That's anything else you want to say about the fights from the weekend?
Well, I just want to see this comment right here. Wow. If Greg Hardy had any... This is his coach. If Greg Hardy had any malice in alleged domestic violence, the woman would be dead. So, I want to get into it. Not a news show, but... That's a ridiculous statement, man. You know what? It's incredible. Why would the UFC let this happen in a current climate where everything is and rightly so, making sure that the any domestic violence is support. People are supported if they're victims. Mm-hmm. Again, rightly so. Why even let this fire happen? You know what I mean? Like, why even let this be anywhere near your brand? I don't get it, eh? I don't understand it. But we'll move on, huh?
I'm just so frustrated in this whole fucking situation because we shouldn't have to go through this. I feel like you're hurting the integrity of the sport. Hurting the integrity of the sport. Right. Okay. Let's move on to some more positive news or positive talks rather than fucking somebody that bashes the women. All right. Boxing. We'll start with boxing. Anthony Joshua to fight late replacement Andy Ruiz Jr. in the in his United States debut. So obviously, Big Baby Miller got popped 3 times. So short notice replacement for Anthony Joshua. Again, I find it very hard, and I feel like I broke a record when I say this. I find it very hard to entertain anything that has to do with Anthony Joshua, anything that has to do with Deontay Wilder, anything that has to do with Tyson Fury, because they're all pussyfooting around. Just fucking have a three-way fight, 3-way fight to the death. Maybe not to the death, but the 3-way fight. It just fucking frustrates me. But short. I think that when is this fight? 2 weeks time? I think it's 2 weeks time. When is it? Yeah, good.
Go scroll up to the top. Oh, what is it? June or something? June 1st.
Well, how's that short notice then? June 1st. You got 4 weeks.
It's pretty short notice, man. The camps are like 12. Longer. Aren't the camps even longer?
In heavyweight?
Yeah, in boxing.
You're always in heavyweight form, bro. You just you rock up.
Clearly, that's what Joe Miller was.
Yeah, that's what he's rocking up, jabbing the wrong type of jabs, and then leaving. But yeah, we'll leave that. No, we don't need to talk about that. Okay. I found this very interesting. So this is news coming out of One Championship. So One Championship have announced a new unique business requirement for any agents, managers who intend to represent One athletes. One has stated that agent certification process, which mandates all agents, managers must be certified through the promotion itself. Amongst other requirements, agents and managers must have lived in Asia for at least 1 year to be eligible for certification. What do you think this means for on a big scale for places like the UFC and places like Bellator and all these other promotions?
Well, I don't think it's going to affect any other promotion at all.
Oh no, I don't think it's going to. But do you think they're like One Championship are trying to be, the trailblazers of how a mixed martial arts company should be run?
Of course, everyone's trying to do that. Everyone's trying to be the forefront of everything.
I just find that the model that One Championship has at the moment.
Well, I don't even know if this is a good idea. I don't know. I don't necessarily understand why they're doing this. I mean,
I guess it gives more.
Who's deciding this? The agent certificate. Like who's mandating this? They're just saying that one will, but come on, that people have faults.
Yeah, of course, but I think that also comes down to maybe there's certain rules and guidelines, much like what the UFC and a lot of the fighters in the UFC are sort of looking for, in the sense of a union. Whereas this is there's one requirement: you have to be in the country for a certain amount of time, so you understand a certain guidelines that One Championship put in place. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, look, I don't know. Again, I think we have to see how it plays out. If there's even any more information on this, because, this is just a tiny blurb from Brett Okamoto. So we got to see how this plays out and whether this is good for them.
But it's massive news in the sense that this is something that's never been done before. It just goes along what their business model is about. They do things that no other company does.
Yeah, and look, like I said, especially in the more recent weeks, I'm very much a One Championship dick rider. But
we both are.
But the thing is that as well is, again, I think we got to let it play out. There's other things as well that we don't know how the behind the scenes is being run, and again, it's only really coming now to Western audiences and Western eyes over the last couple of weeks. So let's see more how they do what they do. Don't forget, Dana White doesn't wake up every morning and say, let's be fucking, an evil. Let's be Thanos of the MMA. He was before collecting all the different fighting fucking organizations. You know what I mean? But he hasn't. I'm sure he doesn't do it on purpose. He does what's best for his company, and I'm sure that's what One Championship's going to do, and Bellator's going to do.
Yeah.
So we just got to see how that pans out. But again, I understand what you're saying in terms of that. It could be interesting. Maybe people like fucking Ali won't be able to rep people if the UFC did something people get certified and you got a fucking criminal record or some shit. They've been into some heavy stuff. They'll be able to watch that, because it looks like the shit between Ali and Ariel is ridiculous.
Oh, it's beyond stupid.
They're both supposed to be professionals, so they got to sort that shit out, and they honestly got to they got to fix that up.
Yeah, no, it's just beyond stupid, that whole thing. Right. Exciting stuff ahead, bro. Exciting stuff. Dana White says Brock Lesnar is retiring. So, Brock Lesnar done with mixed martial arts.
Probably just can't go on the peds again, to be honest with you.
That's probably one thing. I think he's aging as well. Fuck, man, he's done a lot for the sport.
He wouldn't beat DC, bro, without the peds.
No, I don't think he beats anyone at the moment without the PEDs.
If he would have come in early, like a young buck, he would dominate this entire thing.
Prime Brock Lesnar.
Put him in Pride, or put him in fucking early UFC days with TRT.
Well, that's where he made his.
You know what I mean?
That's where he made his living. That's where he joined the UFC. He joined the UFC and became world champ at that time.
I was a bit later, but right, it wasn't that early days. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pre USADA.
Yeah, it was pre-USADA. Right before USADA.
Yeah.
Like a week.
Then USADA came in, dipped out.
Yeah, but you know what? Because USADA saw and we're like, we got to do something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's right.
There are titans clashing in this fucking in this octagon here.
But that now opens up, obviously, Daniel Cormier versus Stipe Miocic.
Yeah, I remember
About
episode
fucking
3. I was
About
having a cry for like 10 minutes.
Fucking time. So the last time we saw Brock was UFC 200. Jesus Christ. There's been 40 other events since we've seen him. That's ridiculous.
Pay-per-views.
Absolutely ridiculous.
40
pay-per-views.
yeah, just
just pay-per-views.
which is even longer.
I know.
It's long as fuck.
That's fucking outrageous. But that obviously leads into the next story, which is...
Oh, she was in high school.
Nah.
Yeah.
No way.
It would have been just because... Yeah, it would have been near then. Would have been...
2016? No way, bro.
What's it? Oh, yeah, wait.
Are you alright, bro? Hey,
Sorry,
what were you
that
doing at high school? What were you doing at high school that age, bro?
Hey, bro, if the charges don't stick...
You're fucked. But yeah, this obviously leads into the next story, which is...
They call me Teflon Tranquil. Charges don't stick. Yay!
Yeah. Oh, fuck. For the third time, this leads us into the next story, which is DC. Daniel Cormier versus Stipe Miocic is being targeted for UFC 240, I believe. UFC 240, which will be August 17th in Anaheim, California. But sorry, 241. UFC 241, not UFC 240. About time, you know. I think this all makes the waiting around for Stipe worth it. You know, a lot of us sort of sat here and sort of thought, fuck Stipe, we know you're waiting just for that title shot, but fucking take a fight. Now, Thank God he waited. Maybe he knew and we didn't.
Hey man, he believed in what he believed in. I assume he would have done something by the end of this year if you know this didn't come around. This probably all formed over maybe a week or so. Remember, because the news only came out a week or so where they were saying they're not too sure what's happening with Brock anymore.
Yeah, that's right. And
Dana was said it in the press conference. So this has only been a week or so, but I'm sure he would have fought again by the end of the year. He would have taken a fight. Look, man, I think Daniel Cormier's. I think he's in for I think he's in some trouble, man, with Stipe.
I personally don't think that this fight will pan out the same way as the first fight did. I think in the first fight, potentially Stipe came in a little bit overconfident. At the end of the day, DC is still one of the greatest to ever do it, light heavyweight and heavyweight. Against anyone other than John Jones. So I just think this fight will definitely play out differently. I'm a little bit disappointed that DC didn't get the payday, because obviously that would have been a huge payday against Brock Lesnar.
He has a lot of money already.
He does have a lot of money now. He's got outside of the octagon, he's got a fucking huge career.
He took a head kick, but also got paid near $1 million to get a head kick from John Jones.
100%. And obviously he's one of the the best panelists, one of the best color commentators that we have at the UFC. You know, I think the combination of him, Rogan, and Anik is probably the best three.
Surely he's getting paid that Alistair Overeem money, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
More.
That's what I'm saying.
You have to be getting.
What was that ridiculous number?
850 grand. Alistair Overeem. It'd have to be, sure.
I'd take a head kick from Alistair. No, maybe not a head kick. I'd take a punch from Alistair Overeem.
In the face or stomach?
For face, bro. $850,000.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'll recover in my new house.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll have CTE for the rest of your life. I mean, you'll be a vegetable.
Try to do the electricals from my own house.
No, you'll be vegetable. You'll just be in bed.
Unless I hit him first and knock him out.
Oh, imagine.
Or
fight of the night moments. Hey, your 850 turned into could turn 1 mil. 5
more.
of the night.
What would your odds be?
Oh, it'd be 450,000 to 1.
Wow. You just
Yeah.
Huh?
Just slip.
Yeah. Wow. You know he thinks you're fucking, but just like yeah, take him down as well. Open him up.
Or just front kick. Or you do Jorge Masvidal. You know who ran, kicked him dick.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Or
but not
that
the dick.
Lyoto Machida front kick. And leave, just like that, turning him off.
Or imagine as Alistair's walking forward towards you.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, his leg just breaks as he's walking. No punches are thrown. He just falls, breaks his leg, TKO victory.
Exactly. It'd be ridiculous. This hypothetical that will never happen.
Yeah.
Spinning heel kick.
Wow. Imagine.
Out cold as well.
Imagine you just threw like a capoeira kick.
Yeah.
Oh.
But you put in just everything of your being.
The Anthony Pettis fucking off the cage.
Yeah.
When you do that.
He thinks he's going to catch it, but just so quick.
Yeah.
Too much power.
Yeah.
You've just been practicing the one kick.
Goes through the glove.
Yeah. Breaks his hand. We've just been practicing one kick.
Let's bring it back now.
I want to spend the next 40 minutes talking about hypothetical.
Talking about a hypothetical that will never happen. Imagine it does, but outrageous. Very excited to see that Stipe's got his fight. Be looking forward to this when it comes up around in August. So looking forward to that. Fight announcement. Sean O'Malley finally coming back.
Yeah.
Marlon Vera at UFC 239, July 6th in Las Vegas.
24, man. This guy's got a career.
And 10-0. 10-0 and smokes all the weed.
Good on him.
All the weed. But no, good to see him back. Thank fuck his suspension was retroactive, so he can come back in and fight, which is awesome. Awesome. That is about
Go
it.
back. Sorry, go back to. Did you just close it?
Yeah.
Fuck me, right? Don't worry about it.
What was it?
Yeah, it's alright, bro.
No, tell me. What
Clearly,
was it?
second rate citizen.
What is it?
It was just about the Sean O'Malley thing.
What did you want to know?
Just the. Don't worry about it.
What do you want to know?
Just for what he was popped for Osterine, I think it was.
Yeah, so there's 4 fighters that popped for Osterine. It was a tainted supplement that was laced with Osterine. So
Laced? That sounds like malicious, bro.
Yeah, so served a 6 month retroactive suspension for that one.
He was already on like 4-month doctor's leave.
Yeah.
Because of the foot break, remember that shit, man?
Yeah,
the guy could have finished that fight. Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fought with a broken foot.
The guy could have finished the fight right there.
And he didn't. But
he could have stood up.
I know.
Bro, you'd be so angry.
Yeah.
You'd be so all he had to do was stand up, because then it would have been the doctor stoppage, right?
Yeah, it would have been TKO, doctor stoppage. But
wow.
didn't, so good on Sean.
Because you know what? It was the least. Like, we've seen Whittaker, we've seen who else has done McGregor potentially. Remember, his knee buckled. We saw some things about his knee buckling. Some footage came out. There's been so many people who've had foot injuries and have hit it.
Yeah.
Again, John Jones snapping his toe.
Yeah.
In that fight. And you know what I mean? But Sean O'Malley looked like he fucked his foot up.
Yeah.
And that guy still
hopping around, just hopping.
Yeah. He was hopping. He wasn't legitimately hopping.
Yeah, he was. He was hopping around the off.
Fuck, man. You'd be spewing.
Yeah. Well, he probably was after the amount of pain he would have been in.
No, the other guy.
Oh, yeah, the other guy.
Yeah, man.
100% spewing.
Wow.
Oh, well. You have your chance. You don't take it. That's what happens, bro. That's what happens. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Also, Israel Adesanya versus Robert Whittaker. Looking to target that for a local event here in Sydney.
Do it in like Papua New Guinea, where there's no like curse that Whittaker has. Get it out.
That was my hands, ladies and gentlemen. That was my hands. That was my hands. Yeah. It was my hands.
Get it out of Australia. I want to see it, but don't trust it. Something's here. Someone's poisoning him each time, bro. So I don't know, man. It's twice now.
I know.
Twice.
I know. All we want to do is see him defend his title.
Wait, third time?
Nah, surely not. Twice.
Perth? Sydney? Yeah, Perth and Sydney. Yeah, okay. God damn, man. It's gonna
Was
be
Perth
shit.
his fault?
Yeah, maybe. I can't remember.
I don't know. All I know is that I just want to see him fight and defend his title. Hopefully it's at the new stadium, Bankwest Stadium in Parramatta. It's a local event for us.
But the other states are throwing some big money at it.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know, because it's a big revenue raiser for them.
Look, man, wouldn't be mad if it's in Melbourne. Wouldn't be mad at all.
No, Rod Laver Arena, good event.
Correct.
But I think they could fill out a stadium. But
yeah, no, they could. Yeah.
Also, horrible experience watching fights from a stadium. But
not if we get a press pass.
that'd be hectic.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway,
anything else?
In terms of news, I don't think so. I think that's it for news. We've covered everything, I believe. Do you want to jump into the fighting that is happening this weekend, my friend?
Yeah, we'll just quickly go over the
we've got
card coming up.
We've got actually, before we get into the UFC event, we've got Canelo Alvarez fighting this weekend. So Alvarez is taking on Daniel Jacobs. Now, most notably on this fight card as well, is an Australian boxer who does fight out of Canelo's camp. If we can pull up the full card, I can tell you.
You find that, and then I'll bring this up here.
Now his name is Bilal Akawi. He is fighting for an interim title. I'm completely butchering this. I do apologize. So he's fighting John Ryder for the WBA interim world title. So amazing. Not only just for Australian boxing, just for like for him. No, sorry, not so much. But let me just start again. It's not only amazing for him to be fighting on a huge fight card, but it's also good for Australian boxing because who do we have as an Australian boxer who's good at the moment?
Mundane's gone.
That's right, Danny Green.
Danny Green.
But they never really hit the world stage like as big as what this opportunity is. If he wins this interim title, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. Opens up many doors. But yeah, obviously you got Canelo fighting this weekend. That'll be on DAZN. Canelo's obviously going to get the job done, I think. But it's not a tough fight. It's not an easy fight. Daniel Jacobs, little tiny backstory. He battled back from cancer. He went to a split decision. Unfortunately, lost against Triple G. Some actually say that he won that fight against Triple G. But this isn't an easy fight for Alvarez. But this goes to a decision. I'll put every single cent on Canelo Alvarez winning. The only way I think that Daniel Jacobs gets this done is via TKO.
Yeah, well, he's got 29 knockouts.
Yeah, so that's the only way this gets that he gets the victory here. If it goes to a decision, those dirty rotten judges, boxing judges will give that one to Alvarez. So yeah, what was that you bring up? You completely distracted me.
Nah, just goofing around.
Yeah, big goofball around.
Yeah, terrible.
Anyway, let's jump in. Let's jump into the card. UFC Fight Night. Where is it? It's in Ottawa. UFC Ottawa. Main event, Iaquinta versus Cowboy Cerrone. We'll start.
Happy to see that, man. Happy to see that.
We'll start off with the prelims. We'll run through. Do you want to run through all of them now? No, we'll just leave. We'll just speak about the most notable fights. Let's go to the prelims. No one notable fighting there. Again, we sort of go balls deep and watch all the fights, so we have a little bit of knowledge to see what had happened over the weekend, and we also want to pay respects to everybody fighting because there's again new crop of talent coming through. This is where they get their chance in the prelims. But in the main card, Walt Harris versus Sergey Spivak. You got Brad Katona. Brad Katona fights out of SBG Island with John Canavar.
Oh, is that
Kavanagh, taking on Merab Dvalishvili.
Is that not Paul Gallen?
Oh, looks like a Russian Paul Gallen.
Oh shit!
Wow, Russian
man.
Paul Gallen.
So for those that don't know, Paul Gallen's pretty legendary. You'd say legendary.
Yeah,
yeah.
Also Meathead,
yeah, boxer, good boxer.
Yeah, very good boxer.
Against the people he's fighting.
Yeah.
NRL player, footy player.
Plays for the
so basically, you don't need to look him up because just look at that guy.
Yeah, that's him. That's what he looks
just
like.
Just bigger head. So heavyweight version of this guy.
Yes, that's exactly right. Then you got Cub Swanson taking on Shane Burgos. Derek Brunson taking on Elias Theodorou, who's also a ring card man.
One of the first.
I think it's Victor.
Yeah.
And Al Iaquinta, your main event.
Raging
Al, the real estate agent, against Donald the Cowboy Cerrone. Interesting fight. Hard to pick. Very hard to pick the main event. Al Iaquinta's coming in with a lot of heat, a lot of steam. His last fight against Kevin Lee put on absolute clinic. Showed his toughness. Showed his toughness.
You're gonna need
showed
more
his
than
skill
that.
set as well.
You're gonna need more than that for Cerrone, though.
You're
gonna need to smoke him in the early rounds, and I don't know if Al has that ability. We don't see him very much knocking people out in the early rounds. It's not something that Al does.
No.
And that's where you need to catch Cerrone when he's cold.
That's right. That's exactly right. No, I think at times Cowboy can be a slow starter. Obviously,
nearly all the time, unless he dominates. Unless he's already in that position where, unless you put him in the position to beat you, if that makes sense. Yep. You can very much catch him early.
Yeah. No, I think so. I think you're spot on there. I think the only issue that could potentially come up for Iaquinta is Cerrone's submission game. I do think that Cerrone does edge out and have a better submission game than Iaquinta. Otherwise, they're very evenly matched. We saw against Khabib, Quinta can stuff a takedown. He's very, very strong in the wrestling game. Again, you're coming up against Khabib, short notice fight. Does get a little bit hard for you, but it's just a hard one to pick. Very hard one to pick. Shit, who do you have, man? Who do you have in this one?
Honestly, man, I love Raging Out, but I just feel like Cerrone's just gonna the weapons that he has in his arsenal are gonna be outdo Al. I feel like Al, man, and I love him. He's a good guy. He seems like he's hilarious on what he says in his post-fight interviews. He shows some of the most heart of nearly all of them. I just don't think he picked up the full skill sets that he needs to be in the position that he's in. You know, he kind of got the big boost from fighting Khabib, losing. But then obviously who did he beat before Kevin Lee? Didn't he win one more fight prior to Kevin Lee?
No, I think that was his
That's what got him up there.
I think that was the fight after. That was the fight after Khabib. I think. Yeah, fight after Khabib.
Okay.
And that was a dominant victory, man. You know, Iaquinta's beaten Diego Sanchez. Did he beat Masvidal?
He's on a big layoff, man.
That was a long
was
layoff.
that fight even happen? Is that why there's no record there?
Let's have a look, because I don't know why it's not coming up in the UFC website.
Scroll down.
Yeah, he beat Masvidal by split decision. But he's beaten Ross Pearson, Joe Lawson.
He's got a.
That was the second time he's beat Kevin Lee, by the way. Just want to let you know.
No, of course, yeah. Same old Al.
Yep, same old Al.
I mean, again, man, it's not. Fuck that. I don't need to apologize. I can be as critical as I fucking want.
Yes.
I don't think he has the full range of skills to beat the champs.
This is what I think. I disagree with you a little bit. Because
Go back. Did you close who he beat?
Yes, I did.
Okay, don't worry about it. My point is that you look at the division as a whole.
Well, just think him coming up against beating Diego Sanchez, right? Who's arguably UFC. He was in the first season of The Ultimate Fighter and destroys people on the ground, submission games, right? Which is what I just said before. That could be the only difference between
Diego Sanchez.
Him and Cowboy.
Diego Sanchez is
submission artist, bro. Submission, not wrestling. Submission.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Why were they so worried about Mickey Gore's jiu-jitsu then?
Who?
Diego, are we talking? Am I getting confused who Diego Sanchez is?
No, he just beat Mickey Gall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole lead up, everyone was like, Mickey Gore's submission game is going to be what's the defining thing.
Because that's what Mickey Gall has. He only has to rely on.
They're saying it's better than. I honestly.
It is.
Maybe I'm getting confused with another fighter.
No, you're
right. I had no idea that.
No, you're right.
So then, why would they be so worried if he's known for his submission game?
Because if the fight went to the ground.
I think you're getting confused, bro.
No, I'm not.
He has one submission win at UFC 82, and after that, it is all decisions.
Bro, what are you talking about? Look at the start of his career: submission, rear naked choke, submission, rear naked choke, submission armbar, submission kimura, submission, rear naked choke, submission punches. Okay.
Now go from there. I don't think anyone.
Bro, he is, bro.
Okay, no, fair enough. But I don't think anyone's entering that fight and be like, I'm worried about being taken down by Diego Sanchez.
Well, you should be.
Because I don't get. Yeah, I don't see what you're talking about.
Look, submission grappling. Look at this. He's in the Grapplers Quest Hall of Fame.
Okay, sweet.
7-time Grapplers Quest.
I don't hear it. Hey man, I'm wrong. I didn't realize the pedigree that he has behind him.
Yeah.
I don't hear it from the people. I don't hear it in the commentary.
Yeah.
Everyone in the actual commentary, word for word,
they just talk about his toughness.
Word for word, it's all about the toughness, and they all said he should be worried about Mickey Gore's jiu-jitsu. See, look at that, black belt in jiu-jitsu, man.
Yeah.
I don't think Mickey Gore's a black belt.
Yeah, he is. Actually, Mickey Gore could potentially be
a brown belt. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm trying to say.
Brown belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
So then, what was? You remember what I'm talking about, right? You remember the commentary for that fight? You were watching it live? Yeah, they were saying that they should worry about it.
But brown belt is before black belt. But he's younger. He's a younger fighter.
Yeah, he's not.
a little bit more
I
experienced.
highly doubt he would have had a black belt at this age anyway, right?
Yeah. Anyway, I personally think Al Iaquinta gets it done. I do think that he's grown as a fighter since that Khabib loss. I do think that
I think his mind's elsewhere, man. I think it's cash for him now.
Here's something for you. The winner of this fight, Al Iaquinta versus Cowboy Cerrone, do you think takes on Conor McGregor?
Oh fuck! I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't. The McGregor, bro. Look, I care about Proper 12 more than McGregor right now.
He still wants to fight, man.
I
he still wants to fight, and he's number 3. And he's number 3. Al Iaquinta or Cerrone wins.
I don't even think before he used to be in every conversation about MMA, but bro, the people have turned on him.
He needs one more.
I don't know if you're seeing it or not.
Oh no, I know, I do see it.
The people have turned on him. The real fight fans, I guess you could say.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree 100%.
I have as well.
But he's still ranked 3rd in the world at lightweight. He's still ranked until he turns around and says,
"Wow,
I'm done."
Wow, you like I insulted your mum.
You did. You did. No, but no. In all seriousness, until
he shouldn't be there. He shouldn't be there. He announced his retirement. He shouldn't be there.
But he didn't. He announced his retirement, but he didn't.
So?
He announced his retirement, but he didn't retire. So
he shouldn't be there.
He needs to fight again.
He should shut his mouth and focus on training.
I think he has one more fight. If he wins, then who knows what he does from there. If he loses, I think it's done.
Yeah.
He needs to have one more, at least one more fight. And I think what better way to do it than against either Al or against Cowboy.
Fair enough.
He doesn't need to. He makes all the money in the world.
Yeah. I care more about his antics outside of the thing than I care about his what he can do in the octagon now.
Correct. That's it, man. I think that's it.
That's it. Fucking just pointing everywhere.
I know. Well, yeah. That's it. I think we're done.
That's it.
Brunson, Theodorou.
I got Brunson. Oh, sorry, I got Elias for this one.
Oh, tough one. Oh, it's a weird fight.
I feel like Derek Brunson.
Number 8 versus number 13.
Derek Brunson got a bit bitch made in that fight against Izzy, man.
Yeah, he did. Especially after running his mouth as well.
That stumble was so bad.
It was.
It was like a drunk girl falling over.
Yeah, it was. I think you're right. I think Theodorou gets this done via submission. I think Cub Swanson gets this done via TKO, and I do think Brad Katona gets this done via submission.
I think you got to watch out Shane Burgos. He's striking, man.
Yeah.
Knocks people out.
No, I agree. No, you're right. You're 100%.
If Cub can come in there and be be more of a technical fighter, I think he can beat him, which we know he can.
Yep.
Also, man, you reckon TJ be showing him the EPOs?
Who?
Cub Swanson. They're always training together. No, I'm not saying Cub Swanson's on him. I'm saying, do you reckon he did what he did at Team Alpha Male Bar?
Yeah. I think everyone knew.
Huh?
I think everyone
like
knew.
they just walk in, TJ's just got his complete naked.
Yeah.
Just
I think everyone knew.
In his ass cheeks.
I think everyone knew.
Cub Swanson's a good dude, but man.
Yeah, he is.
He's a very good dude.
One of the good guys, man.
One of the good guys.
Not like you. You're one of the great guys, bro.
Yeah.
We're gonna end on a high note, huh?
Yeah.
Fucking
Hey, you know what I was thinking before?
Yeah.
Your name's Stefan, bro.
What?
Your name's Stefan.
Yeah.
Isn't it Stefan Struve?
Yeah, it's
He's
the same.
He's a big fighter, huh? Giant fighter.
Yeah.
But you're just a giant bitch, bro. I think about that all day.
Hey.
Why? Don't do my job.
It's a ridiculous thing to think about, but I'll take it as a compliment because thinking about me all day.
Yep.
Appreciate it, bro.
There you go.
Done. All right. Thank you so much for Jon Orlando. Welcome aboard. Please check him out on the Action Junkeez podcast. That's available everywhere. Our podcast is available. He's also on Instagram at Jon Orlando and also at Action Junkeez podcast. You can check us out. Cross the Cage on Facebook. Cross the Cage on Instagram. And that's it. Enjoy the fights this weekend. Stay safe and see you later. Done. Ciao.